This is the unfortunate story of baby Trinity Marie Kyles. Trinity Marie Kyles, nicknamed Trin Trin, was a beautiful 2-year-old baby girl. On the evening of May 4th, 2021, Trinity's mom, Rosie, leaves to go to work from a Quality Inn hotel in Duluth, Georgia. She leaves her baby girl there with her boyfriend, 24-year-old Malik Kyrie Kennedy, whom watched baby Trinity when she had to work and when he wasn't at work. They were living at a Quality Inn because they had gotten evicted from their apartment. Malik was not Trinity's father. However, Rosie hasn't known Malik for very long, but all three of them lived in the hotel. When Rosie gets home from work, she sees Trinity passed out in the bed and assumes she's taken a nap. She knows that her boyfriend, Malik, has been frustrated with the toddler. As we all know, it's normal for 2-year-olds to be very active and busy. So Rosie discussed alternate childcare with her boyfriend for baby Trinity, such as a daycare. At some point during their conversation, Rosie realizes her daughter isn't just sleeping as she tries to wake her. Rosie is upset and scared and immediately calls 911. An officer arrives at the hotel in room 206 and finds Rosie, whom is terrified. Her baby is still lying on her back unconscious. Rosie is yelling at her boyfriend to tell the police what happened, and her boyfriend is eerily calm and says that he only gave Rosie melatonin to help her sleep. The officer then begins CPR on baby Trinity. In the background, Rosie and Malik are arguing as she is yelling at him to give her some answers as to what happened to her baby. Soon after, paramedics arrive and begin performing life-saving measures on baby Trinity. Rosie waits outside the hotel room with Malik and police officers, and she wants to know why her baby's face is bruised. Rosie explained to the police that her boyfriend said he pinched the baby on her cheek, and that is why her cheeks were bruised. She explains to the police that her daughter is very active and her boyfriend is not used to being around kids. She tells the police that she does not condone nor does she use physical punishment to discipline her child, and she was trying to work on her finances to be able to afford daycare for her. Rosie explains to the officer that her baby is happy. She's a happy baby, and she's already potty trained at 2 years old, as she shows him pictures of her baby from her phone. She's wondering if he got overwhelmed with her baby and gave her too much melatonin. Rosie says that she recently bought melatonin and she only gives her baby less than an ounce to help her as she wasn't taking her naps, and she's usually up all day. She says that she did not instruct her boyfriend to administer the medicine to her baby. The officers finally inform Rosie that her baby girl is deceased, as paramedics were unable to revive her, and she lets out a scream. Meanwhile, Malik is taken to the police station to be interrogated. He tells the officers that he met Rosie online about 6 months ago. He lets them know that they were living together at the apartment complex in Duluth, Georgia, and moved to the Quality Inn after an eviction. He says that he watches the baby about 5 days a week for several hours a day. Malik tells the officers that after Rosie left for work, he played his game and the baby was on her tablet. And then she started to flip out and was doing the most. Those are his words. And she was knocking things over and crying. I mean, this is just normal 2-year-old behavior. But police ask him if Rosie hits her baby when she acts out, and Malik says no. They then ask Malik if Rosie allows him to do so, and he says no. Police then ask him if he does it anyways when he watches her, and he says he pops her sometimes. Police want to know how she ended up with bruising on her face and if he had hit her hard enough to cause it. He then tells the officers that he gave her a good bit of melatonin, and they did find the bottle of melatonin in the hotel room. The label of the medication states that it is for children ages 3 and up, and Trinity was only 2 years old. He admits that he pinched her on the cheek, which explains the bruising and fingernail marks on her face. He says he did this because she was crying. He says to them that anything the baby does aggravates him. Malik never admitted to causing the baby's death. He only said that he was too aggressive with her. It eventually came out that he repeatedly slammed her head onto the headboard of the bed and aggressively shook her. He didn't call 911, nor did he call the baby's mother, Rosie, when the baby had a seizure. Malik was convicted of malice murder, felony murder, aggravated battery, and first-degree cruelty to children. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Now, this is a sad, sad case. I know the mom was young. She was only 22 years old, and at the time he was 24, the boyfriend. But it's very scary, and you really have to trust someone to leave your baby, with them unsupervised, well, without you being there. But I'm not saying that it's her fault. It's not her fault. This man obviously had issues to cause this to this little innocent baby girl. And thank God that justice was served and he's in jail for life without the possibility of ever getting out. And I hope that the mom has found some type of peace and some type of closure, knowing that he's paying for what he has done and that it's not her fault. But it's super sad, very, very sad, very tragic, and did not have to happen. Let me know what you guys think on this case, and thank you so much for tuning in to True Crime with Fenice. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.